Welcome to this presentation by Facilitators Research. This research is distributed exclusively for informational and educational purposes and does not constitute financial, legal, tax, or investment advice. For such services, you may reach out to speak to one of our officers.
Continuing obligations. Section 8.1. Obligations of directors and officers. Section 8.1.1. Obligations of directors and officers. Directors and officers of the company are responsible for compliance with these rules and are solely responsible for the content of information provided by the company to the MSM. Section 8.1.2. Obligations of directors and officers. If for any reason MSM considers that a contravention of these rules by a listed company is due to a failure by all or any of the company's directors or officers, it may a. Censure the directors or officers concerned, b. Publish the fact that the directors or officers have been censured, c. State publicly that in its opinion the retention of the office by the director or an officer is prejudicial to the interests of investors. Section 8.2. General obligation of disclosure. An issuer shall, within 7 days in possession of information 8.2.1 and 8.2.2 and subject to approval by the MSM, publish announcement in print and electronic media giving details of. Section 8.2.1. General obligation of disclosure. Circumstances or events that have or are likely to have a significant effect on the financial results, the financial position or cash flow of the issuer and/or information necessary to enable holders of the issuer's listed securities and the public to avoid the creation of a false market in its listed securities. And Section 8.2.2. General obligation of disclosure. Any new developments in its sphere of activity which are not public knowledge, and which may by virtue of the effect of those developments on its assets and liabilities or financial position or on the general course of its business, lead to material movements in the underlying price of its listed securities. Section 8.3. Confidentiality. Section 8.3.1. Confidentiality. Information required to be published in terms of these rules, which is price-sensitive and which the company wishes to release, may not, subject to requirements of these rules, be released to any third party until such a time when such information has been released through and approved by the MSM. Section 8.3.2. Confidentiality. An issuer shall give information in strict confidence to its advisors and to persons with whom it is negotiating. Section 8.3.3. Confidentiality. Information required by and provided in confidence to, and for the purposes of, a government department, the Central Bank of Lesotho, MSM, or any other statutory or regulatory body or authority need not be published except where the law requires such disclosure. Section 8.4. Disclosure of corporate transactions. Section 8.4.1. Disclosure of corporate transactions. Significant transactions. An issuer shall advise MSM of the terms of any significant transaction agreed, disclosing the information specified in Appendix 4. And for this purpose, a significant transaction shall be any transaction or transactions during a single fiscal year which in the aggregate involve consideration to either party in excess of 25% of the value of the transaction. Section 8.4.2. Disclosure of corporate transactions. Significant changes of business. Any disposal of 25% or more by a listed company which is deemed to be a disposal resulting in a significant change of business shall be conditional on the consent of its shareholders being given in a general meeting, be reported within 5 working days of its occurrence, disclosing the information specified by Appendix 4, c. Accompanied by the publication of a circular with details of the disposal and any proposed change in business together with the information specified above, and convening the general meeting. Section 8.5. Other information disclosures. Section 8.5.1. Other information disclosures. 1 of 2. A listed company shall release a statement advising of any deals by directors disclosing the information specified in Appendix 5, as soon as it has such information, b. Any relevant changes to any substantial shareholders, disclosing the information specified by Appendix 5, as soon as it has such information, c. The resignation, dismissal or appointment of any director, giving the date of such incident and for an appointment, D. Any change in its accounting reference date. Any change in its registered office address. F. Any change in its legal name. G. Any substantial change between its actual trading performance or financial condition, and any profit forecast, estimate or projection included in the prospectus or otherwise made public on its behalf. Section 8.5.1. Other information disclosures, 2 of 2. H. Any decision to make any payment in respect of its listed securities specifying the net amount payable per security, the payment date and the record date. 1. The reason for the application for admission or cancellation of any listed securities. J. The occurrence and number of shares taken into and out of Treasury, as specified by Appendix 7. K. The resignation, dismissal or appointment of its nominated sponsor, and L. The admission to trading or cancellation from trading of any listed securities on any trading platform, where such admission or cancellation is at the application or agreement of the listed company. Section 8.5.2. Other information disclosures. The information in 8.5.1 above shall also be submitted separately to the MSM. Section 8.6. Applications for further issues. Section 8.6.1. Applications for further issues. Where a listed company intends to issue securities on a continuous basis, the MSM may allow admission of such securities under a block admission arrangement. Section 8.6.2. Applications for further issues. Under the arrangement in 8.6.1, a listed company shall release a statement divulging the information as required in Appendix 6. Section 8.7. Reporting requirements for financial information. Section 8.7.1. Reporting requirements for financial information. A listed company shall prepare and submit interim reports to MSM within 6 months after the end of the reporting period. Section 8.7.2. Reporting requirements for financial information. In case of a holding company that has stake in various affiliate companies, an aggregated report based on the group performance shall be released. Section 8.7.3. Reporting requirements for financial information. A listed company shall prepare and submit annual reports to the MSM. Section 8.7.4. Reporting requirements for financial information. Audited financial statements shall be published within 3 months of the end of the financial year. Section 8.7.5. Reporting requirements for financial information. A company that has subsidiaries shall prepare its annual audited accounts in consolidated form in accordance with the Companies Act and the relevant generally accepted accounting principles. Section 8.8. Financial information. The following requirements relate to the preparation and disclosure of financial information. Section 8.8.1. Financial information. The issuer's report must comply with IFRS, and its financial statements must have been reported on by the auditor and reporting accountant without qualification, disclaimer, adverse audit opinion or reference to an emphasis of matter. Where an applicant's financial statements have received a qualification, disclaimer, adverse audit opinion or reference to an emphasis of matter in a past reporting period, the MSM will consider exempting the applicant from full compliance on a case-by-case basis. Section 8.8.2. Financial information. Any profit forecast of an issuer must comply with the requirements of the MSM, as specified herein, and be accompanied by a report prepared by a reporting accountant. The report must include confirmation that the forecast or estimate has been properly compiled on the basis stated, and that it is presented on a basis consistent with the accounting policies of the company or group in question.